Captain Lisa Morgan stood on the bridge of her ship, the New Horizon. She looked at the stars through the big window in front of her. The ship was far from Earth, exploring new places in space. Lisa had been a captain for 10 years. She was smart and brave, but today she felt worried. "Captain," said Jake Peters, her weapons officer, "we have something big coming toward us." Jake was young but good at his job. His hands moved quickly over the control buttons. Lisa walked to his station. "Show me," she said. The main screen lit up. 7 large ships appeared on it. They were dark and had sharp edges like knives. The ships looked mean and dangerous. "Have never seen ships like these before," said Amy Collins, the science officer. She was looking at her computer. "They are huge. Each one is 3 times bigger than our ship." Ryan Bell, who handled all the talking to other ships, turned around. "Captain, they are sending us a message." "Put it on the main screen," Lisa said. The screen changed. A scary face appeared. It had red eyes and sharp teeth. The creature looked like a mix between a wolf and a snake. Its skin was dark green and covered with scars. "I am War Prime Zakthul of the Kethvar hunting fleet," the creature said. Its voice was deep and rough. "You are now our prey. Your species will serve us as food. Surrender now and your death will be quick." The crew on the bridge became quiet. Everyone looked scared. Katie Stone, the engineer, stepped back from her controls. Ben Clark, the doctor, put his hand on his chest like his heart was beating fast. Lisa did not move. She studied the alien's face. She saw something important. This creature thought humans were weak. It thought they would be scared and give up easily. "Captain," Jake said quietly, "should I charge our weapons?" Lisa raised her hand to stop him. She was thinking fast. She looked at the 7 alien ships again. They were arranged in a strange way. One ship was in front, and the others were far behind it. Amy was still reading her computer. "Captain, their lead ship is alone. The other 6 are staying back. It is like they are waiting to see what happens." Lisa nodded. She understood now. These aliens hunted like wolves. They sent one hunter first to test their prey. If the prey was weak, the whole pack would attack. If the prey was strong, they would be more careful. "Ryan," Lisa said, "open a channel to Earth Command. Send them all our sensor data about these ships. Tell them what is happening here." "Yes, Captain," Ryan said. His fingers moved over his controls. Danny Wright, the security chief, came closer to Lisa. He was a big man with strong arms. "Captain, what are your orders? Should we fight?" Lisa looked at her crew. They were all good people. They trusted her to keep them safe. But Lisa had an idea that seemed crazy. She thought about all the alien species that humans had met before. Most of them thought humans were weak because humans looked soft and small. "Jake," Lisa said, "power down all weapons." Jake's eyes went wide. "Captain?" "You heard me. Power down the weapons. Also, lower our shields." The whole bridge became very quiet. Everyone stared at Lisa like she was crazy. Karen Fox, the pilot, spoke up. "Captain, without shields and weapons, we cannot protect ourselves." Lisa walked to the center of the bridge. "Listen to me, all of you. These aliens think we are weak. They want to test us with one ship first. If we fight back and lose, they learn how strong we are. If we fight back and win, they will attack us with all 7 ships at once." Steve Martinez, who fixed the ship's computers, looked confused. "But Captain, if we do not fight, they will capture us." Lisa smiled, but it was not a happy smile. It was the smile of someone with a dangerous plan. "That is exactly what I want them to do." The crew looked at each other. They did not understand. Lisa continued. "Amy, are you recording everything about their ships, their weapons, their shields, how they move?" "Yes, Captain," Amy said. "All the data is being saved." "Good. Ryan, is the message to Earth Command ready to send?" "Yes, Captain, but it will take 6 hours to reach Earth." Lisa nodded. "Send it now. Include all of Amy's data about the alien ships." The alien face appeared on the screen again. War Prime Zakthul looked angry. "You have not answered. Surrender now, or we will take you by force." Lisa walked to the communication controls. She pressed a button to talk back to the alien. "This is Captain Lisa Morgan of the Earth ship New Horizon," she said. "We surrender." The alien's eyes went wide with surprise. Then it laughed. The laugh was terrible, like the sound of breaking glass. Good, War Prime Zaxthul said. You are smart for prey. We will board your ship. Do not try to fight, or we will make your death very slow. The screen went dark. Lisa turned to look at her crew. They all looked scared and confused. Captain, Ben Clark said, are you sure about this? Lisa walked to each person on the bridge. She put her hand on their shoulders. Listen to me carefully, she said in a quiet voice. I am going to tell you the real plan. These aliens have defeated 17 other species. They think they know everything about fighting in space. But they have never fought humans before. She looked at each face. We are going to let them capture us. We are going to let them think they won. But while they are busy being proud of themselves, we are going to learn everything about them, how their ships work, how their weapons work, how they think and fight. Jake was starting to understand. And then, Lisa's smile became more dangerous. Then we are going to show them what happens when you bite a human. We are going to show them that humans do not just fight back. We learn, we adapt, and we make sure that anyone who hurts us never gets the chance to hurt anyone else ever again. Danny Wright stood up straight. What do you need us to do, Captain? Act scared, Lisa said. Let them think they are in control. But remember everything you see. When we get out of this, and we will get out of this, we are going to make sure no other species has to go through what we are about to go through. The ship shook as the alien vessel came close. Lisa could see the dark ship through the window. It had claws and spikes like a monster. Remember, Lisa said to her crew, we are not the prey. We are the trap. The alien ship grabbed the New Horizon with large metal arms. Lisa felt the ship shake as the aliens locked onto them. Through the windows, she could see the dark hull of the HFY ship. It was covered with strange symbols and sharp spikes. They are cutting through our hull, Katie Stone reported from her engineering station. Her voice was shaking, but Lisa knew Katie was acting. They all had to act scared now. A loud bang echoed through the ship. Then another. The aliens were forcing their way inside. Everyone remember the plan, Lisa said quietly. Act afraid, but watch everything. The bridge doors exploded open. Smoke filled the room. Through the smoke came the HFY soldiers. They were bigger than Lisa had expected. Each one was 7 feet tall with long arms and sharp claws. They wore black armor and carried weapons that glowed red. The leader of the boarding party stepped forward. His armor had more decorations than the others. His red eyes looked at each human on the bridge. I am Hunter Prime Velkar, he said. His voice sounded like rocks grinding together. You will all come with us now. Do not resist, or you will be hurt badly. Lisa stepped forward with her hands up. We will not fight. Please, do not hurt my crew. Velkar looked at her with surprise. Most prey fought back at first. These humans were giving up too easily, but that made his job simpler. You are the leader? He asked Lisa. Yes, I am Captain Lisa Morgan. Velkar grabbed Lisa's arm with his clawed hand. His grip was strong, but Lisa did not cry out. She looked at her crew and nodded slightly. This was the signal they had planned. Take them all, Velkar ordered his soldiers. The HFY soldiers grabbed each human. Amy Collins pretended to trip and fall. When a soldier helped her up, she secretly placed a tiny device on his armor. Steve Martinez did the same thing when they pushed him toward the door. They were led through the corridors of their own ship to the hole the aliens had cut. Lisa looked around as they walked. She saw that the aliens had not bothered to search the ship carefully. They thought the humans were too weak to have any tricks. The passage between ships was short. Soon they were inside the HFY vessel. Lisa had never seen anything like it. The walls were made of black metal and covered with sharp decorations. Red lights made everything look like blood. The air smelled bad, like rotting meat. The corridors were wider than human ships needed, built for creatures bigger than people. Strange sounds came from somewhere deep in the ship. Keep moving, Velkar pushed Lisa forward. As they walked, Lisa counted the soldiers she saw. She looked at their weapons and armor. She memorized the layout of the corridors. Every piece of information might be important later. They passed a large window. Outside, Lisa could see the other 6 HFY ships. They were huge and dark, floating in space like sleeping monsters. Each one probably carried thousands of soldiers. Impressive, is it not? Velkar said when he saw Lisa looking. 7 ships of the hunting fleet. We have conquered 17 worlds with these ships. Your world will be number 18. Lisa said nothing, but she was thinking. 7 ships meant the aliens were confident. They thought humans would be easy to defeat. That confidence would be their weakness. They reached a large room filled with cages. Inside the cages were creatures from other worlds. Some looked like large insects. Others were covered with fur or scales. All of them looked defeated and hopeless. This is where you will stay until we reach your homeworld, Velkar said. Then you will watch as we hunt your people. The humans were put into a large cage together. The door locked with a loud click. Velkar and his soldiers left, turning off most of the lights. When they were alone, Lisa gathered her crew close together. She spoke in a whisper. Is everyone okay? They all nodded. Ben Clark had a small cut on his face, but he was fine. Did you all place the devices? Lisa asked. Amy, Steve, Danny, Karen, Jake, and Ryan all nodded. They had managed to plant 6 tiny trackers on alien soldiers and equipment. Good, Lisa said. Now we wait and learn. Over the next few hours, the humans watched everything. They saw how the guards changed. They listened to the aliens talk in their own language. Amy was good with languages and started to understand some words. The other prisoners in the cages tried to talk to the humans. A creature that looked like a giant bird spoke in broken English. Why are you not afraid? It asked. The Kethvar are the strongest hunters in space. No one defeats them. Lisa looked at the bird creature. What is your name? I am Sektar of the Windborn people. My world fell to them 3 years ago. How do they usually fight? Lisa asked. Sektar's eyes became sad. They send one ship first to test the prey. If the prey is weak, all ships attack at once. If the prey is strong, they study them and find weaknesses. But it does not matter. They always win in the end. Lisa nodded. This matched what she had guessed. The Kethvar hunt in packs, Sektar continued. They share information between all ships instantly. When one learns something, they all know it. This makes them very dangerous. How do they share information? Amy asked. Sektar pointed to his head. They have machines in their brains, all connected by radio signals. Lisa and Amy looked at each other. This was important information. A few hours later, War Prime Zakathul himself came to see the prisoners. He was even bigger than his soldiers, with more scars and bigger teeth. His armor was covered with trophies from defeated enemies. So these are the humans, he said, looking into their cage. You gave up very quickly. Most species fight for at least a few minutes. Lisa stood up and walked to the front of the cage. We are not warriors. We are explorers. Zakathul laughed. Explorers? How weak. Your species will make poor sport. Reached into the cage and grabbed Lisa's arm, pulling her against the bars. His claws dug into her skin, but Lisa did not show pain. I will perform the first hunt ritual on you, he said. You will be the first of your kind to feel Kethvar venom. He bit Lisa's arm with his sharp teeth. Poison flowed into her blood. But Lisa had taken medicine before leaving her ship. The poison would not hurt her, but she pretended to become weak. There, Zakathul said, stepping back. Now you carry the mark of the hunt. When we reach your world, you will watch as we begin the harvest. He turned and walked away. Lisa fell to the floor of the cage, acting like the poison was making her sick. But really, she was smiling. The bite was part of her plan. Now she had Kethvar venom in her blood. Ben Clark could study it and learn how to make medicine to protect other humans. Captain, Jake whispered, are you all right? Lisa opened her eyes and winked at him. I am perfect. Phase 1 is complete. That night, while the aliens slept, Lisa activated a tiny device hidden in her tooth. It was a communicator that could send messages through space. The message was short but important. Earth command, this is Morgan. Package delivered. Begin phase 2. The trap is set. Far away near Earth, Admiral Jack Sullivan received the message. He smiled and turned to his officers. Gentlemen, he said, the captain has done her job. Now it is time to do ours. Show these aliens what happens when they bite a human. Admiral Jack Sullivan stood in the command center of Earth's main defense station. Around him, hundreds of people worked at computer screens. The room was full of quiet activity as everyone prepared for what was coming. "Admiral," said Dr. Helen Torres, walking up to him with a tablet computer. "We have analyzed all the data Captain Morgan sent us. These Kethvar aliens have some serious weaknesses." Jack took the tablet and looked at the information. Dr. Torres was Earth's best expert on alien biology. If anyone could find a way to fight these creatures, it was her. "Tell me what you found," Jack said. Helen pointed to the screen. "First, their armor looks strong, but it cannot stop certain types of energy weapons. Captain Morgan's scans show gaps between the plates. Second, they are connected by radio signals in their brains. If we can interrupt those signals, they will lose their ability to work together." "What about their weapons?" asked Captain Nick Brady, who commanded one of Earth's fastest warships. "Their weapons use plasma energy," Helen continued. "Very hot, very destructive, but they have a charging time between shots. If we move fast, we can attack while their weapons are recharging." Commander Grace Kelly, another ship captain, joined the group. "How long do we have before they reach Earth?" 3 days, Jack answered. "Captain Morgan's ship is being taken to Earth in the alien fleet. They want to use our planet as their new hunting ground." Jack pressed a button on his communicator. "All ship captains, report to the command center immediately." Within minutes, 20 of Earth's best captains gathered around the large table. Jack activated a hologram that showed the solar system. "This is our situation," he said. 7 alien ships are coming to Earth. Each ship is 3 times bigger than our largest warship. They carry thousands of soldiers and weapons we have never seen before." The captains looked worried. Captain Paula Lewis, who commanded a group of smaller ships, spoke first. "Admiral, how can we fight ships that big?" Jack smiled. "We do not fight them the way they expect. Captain Morgan has given us something these aliens have never faced before. Information about their weaknesses. We are going to use that information to turn their strengths against them." He pointed to the hologram. "The aliens think in packs. They share information instantly between all ships. This makes them strong when fighting enemies who attack directly, but it also makes them weak if we can disrupt their communications." Dr. Torres stepped forward. "We have built new weapons based on Captain Morgan's data. Energy guns that can cut through their armor, jamming devices that will block their brain, radio signals, and medicine that will protect our people from their venom." Jack looked at each captain. "We have 3 days to prepare. Here is what we are going to do." He touched the hologram, and it showed Earth's defense fleet spreading out in space. "Captain Brady, you will take the fast attack ships and hide behind the moon. When the aliens arrive, you will wait for my signal." Nick Brady nodded. "Understood, Admiral." "Commander Kelly, your heavy cruisers will form the main line of defense, but you will not attack right away. Let them think our defenses are weak." Grace Kelly saluted. "Yes, sir." Jack continued giving orders to each captain. They would spread their ships throughout the solar system, hiding and waiting. When the aliens attacked, humans would be ready. Meanwhile, on the alien flagship, Lisa was learning more about her captors. She had been pretending to be sick from the venom bite for 2 days. This let her lie in the cage and listen to the guards talking. Amy Collins had learned enough of the alien language to understand basic conversations. She translated quietly for the other prisoners. "They are excited about reaching Earth," Amy whispered. "They think humans will be easy to hunt because we gave up so quickly." "Good," Lisa whispered back. "The more confident they are, the less careful they will be." Ryan Bell had been watching the guard rotations. "Captain, they change. Guards every 6 hours. There are always 2 guards, but they get lazy during the sleep period." Lisa nodded. Everything was going according to plan. That night, something interesting happened. The small devices that Steve Martinez had hidden on the alien soldiers activated. They were not just trackers, they were also tiny computers that could hack into alien systems. Slowly, carefully, the devices began copying information from the alien ship's computers. Technical data, weapon systems, communication codes, everything was being recorded and sent to Lisa's hidden communicator. The aliens did not notice. Their computers were advanced, but they had never faced human computer viruses before. Steve had designed the devices to work very slowly, copying just a little information at a time. On Earth, teams of scientists worked day and night to build new weapons. They used the stolen alien technology to make their own versions that would work better. Human factories that normally made cars and computers switched to making weapons and armor. Dr. Torres led a team that studied the alien venom from Lisa's blood sample. They created an antidote that would protect humans from the poison. They also found a way to use the venom against the aliens themselves. The venom attacks their nervous system, Helen explained to Admiral Sullivan. If we can make it stronger and shoot it back at them, it will paralyze them instantly. Can we make enough for the entire fleet? Jack asked. Already in production. Admiral, every human ship will have venom weapons within 24 hours. In space, the alien fleet moved closer to Earth. War Prime Zak Thul stood on his command bridge, looking at the small blue planet ahead. Soon we will begin the great hunt, he told his officers. This species gave up without fighting. They will provide sport for many cycles. Hunter Prime Velkar approached his leader. War Prime, should we scan their planet for defenses? Zak Thul waved his clawed hand dismissively. Why waste time? We saw their ships, small and weak. Their warriors surrendered immediately. This will be the easiest conquest in our history. But Velkar looked worried. Something feels wrong, War Prime. These humans were too calm when we captured them. Most prey species beg for mercy or try to fight. These humans just watched and learned. You worry too much, Zak Thul said. Fear makes prey animals act strangely sometimes. By tomorrow, we will be hunting on their world. In the prison cage, Lisa received a message through her hidden communicator. It was from Admiral Sullivan. Morgan, we are ready. All ships in position. All weapons prepared. Give us the signal when you are ready to spring the trap. Lisa looked at her crew. They had been prisoners for 3 days, but they had learned everything they needed to know about the alien ships. Amy, she whispered, can you disrupt their brain communication system? Amy nodded and pulled out a small device she had built, from parts smuggled in her clothing. This will jam their signals for about 10 minutes, but we will only get one chance. Lisa activated her communicator one more time. Earth Command, this is Morgan. The infection is complete. All data transmitted. Begin the fever. Show them what happens when you bite a human. War Prime Zak Thul stood on his command bridge as the 7 alien ships entered Earth's solar system. Through the large window, he could see the small blue planet that would become his newest hunting ground. War Prime reported his navigation officer. We detect 37 human ships moving to meet us. Zak Thul laughed, showing his sharp teeth. Only 37? We have destroyed fleets 10 times that size. This will be over quickly. On his tactical display, he could see the human ships forming a defensive line. They looked small and weak compared to his massive vessels. Each Kethvar ship was a kilometer long and armed with weapons that could destroy cities. Begin the attack, Zak Thul commanded. Show these humans what it means to face the greatest predators in space. The Kethvar fleet moved forward in their traditional hunting formation. The flagship led the way with 3 ships on each side. They had used this same pattern to defeat 17 other worlds. Admiral Jack Sullivan watched from Earth's command station as the alien ships approached. Around him, officers tracked every movement on their screens. Admiral, reported Captain Paula Lewis from her ship, the aliens are moving exactly as Captain Morgan predicted. They are keeping their ships close together. Perfect, Jack said. All ships maintain defensive positions. Do not attack until I give the signal. Let them get closer. The human ships appeared to be preparing for a normal space battle. They formed neat lines and powered up their regular weapons. To the aliens, it looked like the humans were going to fight the same way every other species had fought. But hidden throughout the solar system were 40 more human ships. They waited silently behind moons, asteroids, and space stations. The aliens could not detect them because they were using new stealth technology built from stolen alien data. On the Kethvar flagship, Lisa and her crew watched through a small window in their prison room. They could see the human defense fleet in the distance. Amy, Lisa whispered, are you ready with the jamming device? Amy nodded, holding the small machine she had built. As soon as you give the word, Captain. Lisa activated her hidden communicator. Admiral Sullivan, this is Morgan. I am ready to cut their communications. Give me the signal when you want me to activate the jamming. Zak Thul was enjoying himself. The human ships looked so small and helpless. He opened a communication channel to speak to the human admiral. "Attention. Human fleet," his voice boomed across space. "You are facing the Kethvar hunting fleet. We have conquered 17 worlds. Surrender now and your deaths will be quick." Admiral Sullivan's face appeared on the main screen of the alien flagship. "This is Admiral Jack Sullivan of Earth Defense Command. You are not welcome here. Leave our system immediately." Zak Thul laughed so hard that the bridge shook. "You dare threaten us? Your own captain surrendered without firing a single shot. Your species is weak." "Maybe," Jack said calmly. "But we learn fast." The communication ended. Zak Thul turned to his officers. "Begin the assault. Destroy their front line." The 7 Kethvar ships opened fire with their plasma cannons. Bright beams of energy shot toward the human ships. Several human vessels were hit and destroyed in the first attack. "Yes!" Zak Thul shouted. "See how they burn! This is easier than I expected." But Admiral Sullivan was not worried. The ships that were destroyed were mostly empty, controlled by computer. The real crews had been evacuated hours ago. "Phase 1 complete," Jack announced. "Captain Brady, begin your attack run." From behind the moon came 20 human ships, moving faster than anything the aliens had ever seen. These ships had been rebuilt with alien technology, making them incredibly quick. Captain Nick Brady led the attack. "All ships, target their communication arrays. Use the new plasma cutters." The human ships fired weapons that the aliens had never seen before. Instead of normal energy beams, these guns shot concentrated bursts that could cut through alien armor like a knife through paper. "What?" Zak Thul stared in shock as his ship's communication tower was destroyed. "How do they have weapons like that?" All around the alien fleet, human ships appeared from hiding places. They had been waiting in asteroid belts, behind planets, even hiding inside the rings of Saturn. The aliens found themselves surrounded. "War Prime," called his communication officer. "I cannot contact the other ships. Something is blocking our signals." At that moment, Lisa pressed her finger to her throat and spoke into her hidden communicator. "Amy, now!" Amy activated her jamming device. Instantly, the brain radios that connected all the Kethvar soldiers stopped working. For the first time in their lives, the aliens could not share thoughts and information instantly. The effect was devastating. The aliens were used to fighting as one giant mind. Suddenly, each ship was alone. They could not coordinate their attacks or share tactical information. "What is happening?" Zak Thul demanded. "Why can I not hear the other war primes?" Commander Grace Kelly led her heavy cruisers in the next attack. These ships carried the most dangerous new weapons. Modified alien, venom that could pass through energy shields. "Fire venom torpedoes!" Grace commanded. Green projectiles shot from the human ships toward the alien fleet. When they hit, the venom spread through the alien ships' air systems. Kethvar soldiers throughout the ships began falling unconscious, as their own poison paralyzed them. Captain Troy Sanders brought his fighters in close to the alien ships. They used small but precise weapons to target the aliens' engines and weapon systems. "This is impossible," Zak Thul said, watching his fleet being torn apart. "How do they know exactly where to hit us?" Hunter Prime Velkar, who had captured the humans, finally understood. "War Prime, we have been tricked. The humans did not surrender. They let us capture them so they could study us." Zak Thul's eyes went wide. "What are you saying?" "Look at their weapons." Velkar pointed at the screen. "They are using our own technology against us. They copied our plasma guns, improved our stealth systems, and learned how our ships work. We taught them how to defeat us." On the prison ship, Lisa and her crew were ready for the next phase. The guards were confused and panicking because they could not communicate with their commanders. Danny Wright, the security chief, grabbed a piece of metal from the cage wall. When a confused guard came too close, Danny struck him down. Jake Peters grabbed the guard's weapon. "Time to go," Lisa said. Her crew fought their way out of the prison area. They had memorized the ship's layout during their 3 days as prisoners. Now, they used that knowledge to move quickly through the corridors. "This way to the engine room," Lisa directed them. They reached the alien ship's main power core. Steve Martinez, the computer expert, connected his equipment to the alien systems. "I can shut down their engines and weapons," he said. But it will take 5 minutes. Do it, Lisa ordered. Amy, keep that jammer running. Without their brain radio, these aliens cannot organize a defense. Outside, the space battle was turning into a complete victory for the humans. The alien ships were being picked apart one by one. Their powerful weapons were useless because they could not coordinate their attacks. Admiral Sullivan opened a communication channel to all the alien ships. "Attention, Kethvar fleet," he said. "This is what happens when you underestimate humans. We do not just fight back. We learn, we adapt, and we make sure you never threaten anyone again." War Prime Zakthul watched in horror as his mighty fleet was destroyed. These humans had turned his greatest strength, the pack-hunting instinct, into his greatest weakness. "Impossible," he whispered. "We are the greatest predators in the galaxy." "Not anymore," came Lisa's voice over the ship's communication system. She had taken control of the flagship. "This is Captain Lisa Morgan. You wanted to hunt humans? Well, congratulations. You found us, but now you are going to learn why that was the biggest mistake you ever made." Lisa Morgan walked onto the bridge of the Kethvar flagship. Her crew followed behind her, carrying alien weapons they had taken from defeated guards. The bridge was in chaos. Alien officers ran around in panic, unable to communicate with each other or their fleet. War Prime Zakthul turned to face her. His red eyes were full of rage and confusion. "You! This is impossible! You surrendered to us!" Lisa smiled calmly. "No, we did not surrender. We let you capture us. There is a big difference." Through the large bridge windows, they could see the space battle ending. 5 of the 7 Kethvar ships were destroyed. The remaining 2 ships, including the flagship, were surrounded by human vessels. Jake Peters kept his stolen alien weapon pointed at the bridge crew. "Captain, Admiral Sullivan is requesting communication." "Put him on screen," Lisa said. Admiral Jack Sullivan's face appeared on the main display. Behind him, Lisa could see the bustling activity of Earth's command center. "Captain Morgan," Jax said with a smile. "Good work. How is your situation?" "We have control of the flagship, Admiral. The alien fleet is neutralized. What are your orders?" Jack looked at War Prime Zakthul, who stood frozen with shock. "We need to send a message to the rest of the Kethvar Empire. They need to understand that humans are not prey." Lisa nodded. "I agree. But first, I think our alien friend here needs to understand what just happened to him." She walked closer to Zakthul. The massive alien warrior looked down at her. Even though he was twice her size, Lisa was not afraid. "You made several mistakes," Lisa began. "First, you assumed that surrender meant weakness. Humans do not surrender because we are weak. We surrender when it serves a purpose." Amy Collins stepped forward, still holding the jamming device that had disabled alien communications. "Second, you assumed that your pack-hunting methods would work against any species, but humans are also pack-hunters. We just hunt differently." "Steve," Martinez pointed to the alien computer systems. "Third, you never considered that your prey might be learning about you while you were capturing them. Every minute we were prisoners, we were studying your technology, your tactics, and your weaknesses." Zakthul's claws extended as he realized how completely he had been outmaneuvered. "This is treachery. Honorable predators do not use such tricks." Lisa laughed. "Honorable? You came to our world planning to hunt and eat my people. You have done this to 17 other species. And you talk about honor?" She activated the ship's communication system. "Attention all remaining Kethvar forces. This is Captain Lisa Morgan of Earth. Your War Prime is defeated, your fleet is destroyed, but I am going to give you a choice." Her voice was broadcast to both surviving alien ships and to the entire Kethvar Empire across the galaxy. "You can continue your ways and face the consequences. Humans are no longer your prey. We are your predators now, or you can change. You can stop hunting innocent species and find a different way to live." Ryan Bell monitored the alien communication channels. "Captain, we are getting responses from across their empire. They are confused and angry." Dr. Helen Torres's voice came over the communication system from Earth. "Captain, we have analyzed the alien venom thoroughly. We can now produce an antidote that will work on all 17 species they have conquered. We can also create a version of their own venom that will permanently disable their ability to hurt others." War Prime Zakthul heard this, and his eyes went wide. "You would use our own poison against us?" Only if we have to, Lisa said. But understand this. We now know everything about you. Your biology, your technology, your tactics, even your psychology. If you ever threaten any innocent species again, we will find you. Admiral Sullivan spoke from the screen. Captain Morgan, Earth Defense Command has a proposal for our alien friends. Go ahead, Admiral. We are prepared to share our antidote. Technology with all the species the Kethvar have conquered. We will help them rebuild their worlds and defend themselves. In return, the Kethvar Empire will either change their ways or face a coalition of all their former victims, armed with human weapons and protected by human shields. Lisa looked at Zakthul. What do you say, War Prime? Do you want to keep being a predator, knowing that there are bigger predators out there now? Or do you want to try being something else? The alien leader looked around his captured bridge. His mighty fleet was gone. His soldiers were unconscious or captured. Everything he had believed about Kethvar's superiority was destroyed. How? He asked quietly. How did you defeat us so easily? Lisa sat down in the alien commander's chair. Because you saw what you expected to see. You expected weak prey, so when we acted weak, you believed it. You never considered that weakness might be an act. Ben Clark, the ship's doctor, stepped forward. We studied your behavior patterns. Predator species like yours are actually very predictable. You always test your prey the same way. You always attack in the same formation. You always expect fear and panic. But humans are different, Katie Stone added. We do not just react to threats. We plan for them. We prepare. We learn. Danny Wright looked at the alien crew. Your species conquered 17 worlds by being stronger and more violent than your enemies. But strength and violence only work if your enemy fights the same way you do. Karen Fox, who had been quiet until now, spoke up. Humans learned long ago that the best way to win a fight is to make sure the fight happens on your terms, not your enemy's terms. War Prime Zakthul slowly sat down on the floor of his own bridge. The full weight of his defeat was sinking in. My people will never accept this. The Kethvar have been hunters for 1,000 years. Then they will learn the same lesson you just learned, Lisa said firmly. The age of the Kethvar as apex. Predators is over. You can either adapt or become extinct, Admiral Sullivan interrupted. Captain, we are receiving communications from the 17 worlds that were conquered by the Kethvar. They are asking for our help to build defenses against future attacks. Lisa smiled. Tell them yes. It is time for the hunters to become the hunted. She stood up and walked to the large window overlooking space. The human fleet surrounded them, no longer the small defensive force the aliens had expected to defeat easily. You wanted to see what happens when you bite a human, Lisa said to Zakthul. Well, now you know. We do not just bite back. We make sure you can never bite anyone else again. War Prime Zakthul looked up at her with something that might have been respect. What will happen to us now? That depends on you, Lisa replied. Your surviving soldiers will be returned to your homeworlds along with our message. Your technology will be shared with every species you have ever attacked, and you will live with the knowledge that humans are watching you. She activated her communicator one final time. Earth Command, this is Captain Morgan. Mission accomplished. The Predators have learned what it means to be prey. I do not think they will make the same mistake twice. Admiral Sullivan nodded approvingly. Well done, Captain. Come home. As the human ships began the journey back to Earth, Lisa looked out at the stars. Somewhere out there, other species would hear the story of what happened when the Kethvar tried to hunt humans. They would learn that humanity did not just fight back against predators. They turned predators into prey, and they made sure everyone else knew it. The age of easy conquest was over. The galaxy had learned a new lesson. Never underestimate the species that lets you bite first, because they are planning to show you what comes after.